Hi. All right. This video is going to take a quick look at one of the example sketches provided in the Arduino IDE, and that's called the toneMelody sketch. And it does what it says. It's going to play a little melody. So things we need, of course, our Arduino board, a little breadboard. You can look in your kit and find the buzzer, it's called. It's essentially a really crappy speaker, and it's got 2 terminals on it, and we'll start by just plopping that on our breadboard somewhere, maybe right there. When you put these things on the board, it's helpful to note which pin it went on. So for example, I'm putting one side on 50 and the other on 47. So 50 and 47 have my 2 pins. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is connect those 2 pins to the right places on the Arduino board, and so I need 2 of my jumper cables for that. First one's going to go to the ground, and you can see that's this pin over here on the left, and then I will put that right there. So now I have connected one side of the speaker, or the buzzer, one side of the buzzer to ground, and then the other side of the buzzer I want to connect to my output pin, and that's going to be defined in the sketch that we'll look at in just a second. Okay. So if you go and take a look at the sketch over there on the screen, you'll see down in this region, one of the main command that's going to be issued is tone command, which is a built-in function that sends a note or frequency essentially to the pin number that's put there. So this is pin number 8, and it gives it a length of how long it should play for. Okay, and so that means I want to connect the other side of the buzzer to pin number 8. Okay, pin number 8 is found on the right-hand side, and put it there, and then connect this other side of the red jumper to number 50 on the breadboard. And on the breadboard, in case you're not aware, all of the holes in this main section here are connected horizontally, right? So 50's connected all the way across there. They're not connected vertically. On the 2 extreme sides for the power buses, they are connected vertically. Well, we're not going to need that for this one. Okay, so now we've built the circuit. It's really not much to it. And you can see again, we're going from pin 8 to the buzzer, and then from the buzzer to ground. Okay. Now we can just take a quicker look at the sketch again and see what's going on there. This is again one of the examples. You can even follow this link here, and it will show you a whole lot more about it with circuit drawings and everything, but just a quick rundown of what's going on. First thing we need is a definition of all these pitches that we're going to use, and that's in this file here. That's it's an external file, but it's included in the sketch. So when you run this bit of code, it pulls in the information from pitches.h, which you can see right there, which is just a bunch of definitions of converting note names to numbers. And so these are all the frequencies of these various notes in the musical scale. All right, if you're taking some music lessons, these should be familiar: A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. You can even do sharps, that's what the little S is, and they all have a frequency, right? The one you've probably heard of is A440. You can see that's defined right there. The next A would just be double that frequency, so that would be A5, which is 880 hertz. Okay, so that's pitches. Over in the toneMelody program, we have, first thing is an array of the various notes. So this puts 8 notes, or eight variables into this array. They all have different notes except for one, which is 0, which is a pause. So we want to have our melody just make a little break during the middle. We have the durations. That's another array which says this one should last as long as a quarter note. This one should be an eighth note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. So those are the definitions of pitch length in music. Okay, so then down in the setup function, and this is what is going to get run once by the board, we see a for line, and that for line says for int this note equals 0. The next little bit is this note less than 8, and then the next little bit is this note plus plus. What that does is it says we're going to iterate over all of the various notes, okay? And essentially we're going to count. We're going to do this for loop once, then again, and then again, again, and again for as long as we are under 8, okay? So we're just counting it. We're making a number that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we use that number down here in the melody array to call that particular note out of this array. Okay, and the same exact thing for the duration. Okay, and you can take a closer look here about a little bit of the math that's involved. It's nothing fancy. The only other interesting point here is that we want to put in a little pause between each note so it's not all jumbled together, and then we stop the note from playing right there, no tone. And this sketch does not have a loop because we definitely don't want to hear this song over and over. It's kind of annoying, so we're just going to want to play it once. And we could put all of this stuff in the loop and then it would play it over and over, but we don't want to do that. So anyway, that's the basics of this sketch. I think our circuit looks all good, and I'm going to connect the board to the computer and upload this sketch. Ready? Okay, hopefully you heard that. Might be a little quiet, but I'll do it again. So it's only playing it once. It does it when the setup command gets called, which happens at the very beginning of or as soon as upload is completed. All right, one more time. All right, and so things to do now, you could modify a whole bunch of different stuff in here. You could change the various notes, right? So just a quick example, if I change this C to a F and the G to a A and the G to a B, we would, I don't know, it's not going to sound great, but it'll obviously sound a little different. Ready? Okay. We could change the note durations as well. So if I wanted a really long one in the beginning, maybe I'll put a whole note there. These could be fast. And so forth, and let's hear what this sounds like. Okay, so now you get an idea of how you can start to use this basic example to have your buzzer make some noises. Okay? Have fun.